Hey guys, so yeah, we've made it. Spin you around, see if you can guess where we are. Did you guess right? Yeah, we're over at Coastal Koi. Not the biggest shop in the world, but they have two warehouses. That one which is their shop, and then this one which is their storage warehouse for all their online orders. They do a lot more business online than they do in the shop. But we're going to go in, have a look around. I'll see if Dave doesn't mind me doing a bit of filming inside, and then what I'm here to purchase you'll see when I get home. Catch you in a bizzle. Hey guys, so yeah, we're here at Coastal Koi. I'll spin you around and show you what the store's like. So when you walk in, you've got all your medicines and whatnot on the side next to the till. Bit of the wrong time of year really to be visiting koi shops, but when you're building a pond, you need to. So you've got your first vat here with some bigger fishies in it. Some nice tanchos there. Very nice tanchos. A lot nicer than mine. Got some pipe fittings over there. Some food and bits and bobs over there. Plenty of your water filtration. The chlorinators. Got your bowls and boxes. All your vari pumps and big blues. Got some smaller vats over this side. These vats are quite new to Dave at Coastal Koi. Put these in for the beginning of this season. Some nice fish in there. Very hungry. Oh, when a small fish, never hungry, eh? And some slightly bigger ones. Some smaller ones. Swing back a minute. 25 each. 4 for 80. 10 for 180. Bargain. I must admit, the quality of the fish at Coastal Koi is phenomenal. These ones are now reduced to 45 for end of season. Obviously it's December now. Oh, look at that Shisui. He's a stunner. Oh, there's loads of nice Shisui in here. Nice bigger ones. All these vats, I don't know whether you can see it, but at the back there you can split all these vats just by dropping in a section, and you can see it there, and that then would split this bigger vat into two smaller vats like he's got over there. And these vats all run on the drum filter that I'm getting, hopefully. It's an Awazi Profi-Clear compact drum. 1995 squid laters. But, yeah, with that little drum's footprint, that should be a nice size, hopefully. Oh, look at these. Ooh. Really nice Goromo there. Stunning fishies. Some bigger ones. Nice shower there. These two vats I ran on the big old combi drum. The big pond, which we'll get to in a minute, you've got your protein skimmer. Massive drum. I mean, that thing is flipping huge. It's bigger than what my filter house is going to be. And then the big old show pond up the stairs. Got some cracking fish in it. do you think of these guys? It's a nice Kohaku. Look at the colour on that. Here's the big fella. Here's the big fella. I could fit my fist in his gob. Absolutely huge. I would say he's pushing 80. Lovely fish. Don't get to come up here very often, but when I show you what the reason I come up here and talk you through what I'm buying today, you'll appreciate the reason I've travelled all this way. It's about an hour and a half drive from where I live in Peterborough. They're in Dersingham, which is very close to Hunstanton in Norfolk. So if anybody wants to take a trip up to Coastal Koi and see Dave, anything you need, he'll sort you out. As I said, the shop itself is not the biggest shop in the world, but they have the wholesale unit next door, and anything you don't see in here, 9 times out of 10, he's got next door that he'll just nip through and grab you what you need. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all when we get back home. It's alright. Hey guys, back again. Yeah, just got home from Coastal Koi. So yeah, let me spin you around and show you what I've bought. If you do hear some digging and drilling in the background, my apologies. We've just got home and they've decided they're going to dig up the broadband phone lines today. So apologies if that gets a bit loud, but bear with me. I'll spin you around and I'll show you what I've got. Oh, that's one of what I picked up today. 3 meters of 4-inch pipe. I was hoping to get a 1-inch pipe as well for the airline on the drain, but didn't have any. But we have a 45 and we have a 90, which a lot heavier than I was expecting, but that can only be a good thing. The pipework that these guys use at Coastal Koi even, good pipe. Not the cheap, really thin stuff. This stuff is really heavy duty. A lot heavier than I was expecting it to be. But yeah, strapped it to the roof with God knows how many bungees and ratchet straps, and it's not slid off, so that's always a bonus. And what else have I bought? Well, bottom drain. So yeah, let me just move these receipts and grass seed out of the way. Now, as I said to you guys before, there was a reason I went to Coastal Koi for a bottom drain. They, I don't know, I can't remember whether he said he has these designed and made especially for them, or whether they make them in-house themselves. But yeah, I know they do at Coastal Koi. I know Dave does make a few bits himself. But yeah, I mean, this like the pipework they sell, I mean, it is real heavy duty stuff. It's made from 8mm plastic, and yeah, good bit of kit. But I'll show you the reason. Let me move these fittings out of the way, because that's a little bit of the reason why I bought this one. Yes, because of the way it's set up, it does cost you a couple more pounds in fittings, and you'll see that in a second. But for the extra cost of, how much were those fittings? Those fittings were a couple of quid each, not a lot. Yeah, for the extra cost of those fittings, it's worth it. Obviously, you've got your air pipe for your dome. I'll show you that in a second. But the good thing that I like about this pipe is obviously the drain line comes out here, but the air line comes in the back. Now, the reason why I've gone for this one is because of that exact reason. What I've seen a lot of people, when they've bought the spin drifters as well, the spin drifters, because they're on a flexi hose between the outside and the pipe here, I've seen a lot of people's videos where they get a very small leak between one of the fixings, between the flexi pipe and the this pipe, basically, and then after a minute or two, every now and then they see a big bubble coming from their drain. And And I've seen a few people ask on YouTube as well, saying, does anyone know what's causing this? If you look really closely, when the big bubble comes from the drain, it's not coming from the top, which a lot of people think it does. It's coming from the side and comes out over the dome of the bottom drain. And the reason behind that is, as I say, there'd be a leak between the flexi pipe and the main wall or this, and just normally only a very small leak, which is why only every now and then you'll just see a really big bubble pop up from under the dome. Whereas a solvent welded pipe that's been done properly obviously won't have that problem. So that's one of the reasons, but the main reason is because, for me, why I've bought this one is because this pipe is actually at the back of the drain. If you think about it this way, let me just spin that round again a second. When the water is sucked under your dome from obviously all the way around, which way is the water then going to flow? It's going to flow this way, straight out of here. All right. With the water flowing that way, most companies have their pipe here. And the Spindrifter obviously is just a loose pipe and can be anywhere, but the exit normally of the air pipe is right next to the exit for the water, which means you've got either a solid pipe coming this way across here, or you've got a flexi pipe coming across here. Well, if you have things like blanket weed, string algae, and other long things like lily stems and anything else that's longish, when your waste comes under your dome down here and that way, if it comes through this side, there's a very, very good possibility that if the bottom part of a bit of string algae went along the bottom and the top part went this way, it's going to get wrapped up around the pipe that would be sat there. Whereas with the pipe being at the back, anything that gets sucked down is automatically drawn towards the front. Yes, it can still get wrapped around this, obviously, but every bottom drain that can happen to. But there's very, very less chance it's ever going to get wrapped around this, because by the time it comes through the back, if it come through the back here, it would already be drawing towards the front and out through here before it ever saw that pipe, because it's not near the front of where everything is being drawn to. So yes, I'm going to need more fittings, because obviously normally your hole would be about here, and 9 times out of 10 it's already facing the same way. So all you basically need to resolve that problem is 190 here, obviously a bit closer to the unit, then another 90 here, followed by not that one, followed by a 45 here, followed by that's there, and then followed by another 45 about here, and that will then put your air pipe directly in line and right next to, and you can get it literally to, as close as you want it to your main waste pipe. And so the trench that you have to dig is no bigger than what it would literally just need to be for that, because you can put it as close to that as you want it. Be slightly taller than that, because the pipe's not at the very, very bottom, be sat about there probably once that's all done. So yeah, 2 90s and 2 45s, and you're back to facing the front, because obviously this one will be sat there, this one will be sat there, and that's obviously the bottom drain hole will have to be a bit bigger and a bit square at the back, but other than that it's just going to save anything getting tangled around that air pipe. It will just get straight there and straight out of there. So that is why I went for the one from Coastal Koi. The air dome got sat here, bless his heart. He's already taped it up for me with PTFE tape. So that's a lovely bonus and extra. Bit dusty at the minute, but that'll sit in there. Move that out of the way for a minute. I'm not going to thread it up just yet because obviously I don't want to ruin the PTFE tape. Now I've gone and got it stuck. There, there for a second, and that will sit on there with the rubber air diffuser on. So yeah, that's what that will look like. So looking forward to getting that started. As I say, I need to order now some 1-inch pipe for my airline, but once that gets here I can plumb it all in and test it, make sure it's all good. What I can dry fit the pipe, because as I say I've got me 45 and me 90. I can just quickly show you why I've got the 45. Let me take the 45 out there. No, you're not coming out, you've just been out. And you've just been around all the woods in Dersingham. But yeah, what an adventure that was. It's absolutely massive. I mean, we didn't even cover a bit of it. If anybody fancies a trip out that way, in your Google Maps, Dersingham Bog, it's called, part of Wolferton Woods. But there's 3 or 4 car parks there to choose from, and it is pay via an app for the car park. But yeah, what an amazing place that was. But yeah, anyway, reason for the 45 is because my pipe for the bottom drain is going to come out here and come up basically just where the grass starts there, because I am going to put another tile back here. I had to dig it up when doing the starting the pond. Why did I have to dig that up? Can't remember. Oh, that was it, because this tile was going that way to start the other path, which was behind my old pond, because my old pond stopped about here. Well, just before the edge of this tile it stopped, but obviously that was the outside where the flower beds were, so the actual pond was about here probably. But the edge of the flower bed, as I say, was about here, and that tile was going that way along there because there was a footpath behind the pond. So that will sit there to turn that parallel to the fence and the grass and everything, and then that is going to go up to the bottom drain. So I'm going to do the 45 to come under the block work there, and then obviously the 90 is just to bring it so it's facing up out of the ground. So yeah, I wanted to get that so I can then work out where my trench is going to be, basically from there to there, and what angle I need to set it. It may not come out perfectly straight. I mean, I might have to, just twist it ever so slightly like that, or just to make sure that it all lines up, because that hole there where all the leaves are collecting, that is where I'm going to have the bottom drain. So I just then need to... Squirrels having a fight in my garden. Don't know whether I was quick enough there, but you can just see, there he goes. Just see him running up behind the fence now. Wondered what that noise was. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, so the bottom drain's going to be in there, and yeah, I just wanted to see where the trench was going to be, basically. That's why I haven't dug that yet. That's the next bit to dig, but I thought, well, there's no point digging it to then find out I need to move it over a couple of inches or move it back a few inches, like, so got the pipe, got the 45 degree, got the 90 to bring it up. Should be enough 3 meters to go where I want it to be. I reckon that's probably a 1.5 meters to the edge of the soil there, maybe just over, literally just over if it is over at all, which then a couple of foot there, which would leave me almost 1 meter then of pipe work, hopefully to come out enough to break the surface to where I need to be. But if not, then it'll just be a case of ordering more or nipping up to Japan Koi Imports, because they're a lot closer to me. As I say, the only thing that I'm getting really from Coastal Koi was the bottom drain. I may be back though to purchase some of his some of his fish, those really amazing tancho that were in that first vat. On the way in there, I did inquire about the price, but obviously the missus wasn't in the store at that point. If she'd have heard the prices, then I definitely wouldn't have been allowed them. But yeah, starting from £175, I think them free tanchos were. So a bit above my budget at the minute, but hey, at least it gives me an idea of prices from himself for fish. I've not had any fish from him myself, but I know a few people in the Peterborough Koi Club only deal with him for his fish, and I've been there a fair few times and seen the fish he's got. But yeah, I just know that the pipe work he uses the really heavy duty pipe work and fittings, whereas some other dealers use the thinner stuff. So at least I know the bit that's at the very bottom of the pond is going to be uber heavy duty, which is the main thing. The rest of the pipe work, it doesn't really matter, because everything else is going to be above ground level, in the open air, I suppose. So that'll be fine. But yeah, so great bit of kit. Start digging that possibly tomorrow. Don't know, we'll see. If I do, obviously I'll show you guys that. But yeah, that's where I'm up to and where I'm at. As I say, the pond hasn't really changed since you've last seen it, because I've been waiting for a day where I can nip out and grab this bottom drain. But now I've got it, we can crack on. So yeah, I'll end it here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, obviously give us a thumbs up. If you've watched the video, please subscribe. It really does help us out. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and plus you can then follow the rest of my build, because you'll receive notifications of when I put out a new video. Sleepers will be here as soon as the bottom drain's roughly in place. I'll go pick the sleepers up, and then we can crack on and get the rest of it finished. Right, as I say, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, and I'll catch you all on the next one.